boxing business. Let's talk about some boxing. We got David Morrell. Is David Morrell being avoided, or is it just too soon? I'm going to say this. It's a little bit of both. You know what I mean? David Morrell does present a problem, a big, big problem for guys at 168, guys at 175. You know what I mean? The kid is a golden prospect. You know what I mean? If he had the correct marketing, if he had the correct management, this kid would be all over the place. You know what I mean? He would be with the top athletes doing a whole lot of fun stuff, showing off his tremendous hands and all that good stuff. But I feel like the kid is under promoted in a sense. I think that they're trying to be this next best thing, but keep him as this best kept secret and all this stuff. But really, they got to sell the fact that he's a Cuban kid that has a great story. He's ambitious. He's ready to be a world champion. He deserves to be a world champion. He's already the regular WBO champion. He hasn't even had 10 wins yet. He's been able to crush every single opponent they've thrown in front of him. And he's actually fought against 7 quality opponents pretty much since his third fight. And he actually was a champion by his third, fourth fight as well, too. So this guy is absolutely the truth, in my opinion. And I know that he's avoided for a reason because he's the type of guy that will ruin your party. You know what I mean? I know everybody's in love with David Benavidez. I respect David Benavidez immensely as well, too. I think David Benavidez is one of the better people in boxing because he actually wants to fight people. He actually goes about his business is the way a boxer's supposed to. And the way he reacts to his fans is absolutely tremendous because a lot of these guys, I'm going to keep it real with you. You could be the biggest fan of some of these guys, but they don't like fans. You know what I mean? Even their own because they're a bit too, groupy. I'm going to just keep it real. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's you, but, if you kind of just are up there, slobbing off everything he says and, everything that the guy doing, so you're a big groupie. You know what I mean? But that's okay. People get excited when they get around their idols. It happens. All of us have been like that before. So, there's nothing wrong with that. But, you just got to kind of dial it back a little bit. But all in all, you got a guy that is ready to become boxing's biggest fish. You know what I mean? The big man, the man himself. But it's hard to do all this in the middleweight division, in my opinion. Super middleweight, you got Canelo over here holding all the belts hostage. He's going to pick and choose who he wants to really fight. David Benavidez will fight you. If it was up to David, David will fight you. I'm not saying David wouldn't fight Morrell because I know he will fight Morrell. But we know Sampson has to keep guys. He has to keep guys smart. And he knows the smartest move right now is not fighting David Morrell. Okay. So that's not happening anytime soon. So what David Morrell has to do is he just has to get opponents and just keep cooking. That's it. And I'll give you a great example. Mike Tyson, first 20 fights. When you look at Mike Tyson's first 20 fights, he probably fought against 5 true contenders. Okay. And that's me being nice in a sense, really 3. You know what I mean? And pretty much what happens is that by the time he's ready for Trevor Berbick, he was ready. You know what I mean? He was ready. I feel like you throw David Morrell in there with Canelo right now, he's going to get sparked. He's going to get cooked. And I like the kid. I think the kid can do things in the world of boxing that none have ever done before, but not against some of these legendary guys that are legends right now. It would be tough against a Canelo. It would be tough against a Beterbiev. It would be tough against a Bivol. It wouldn't be an easy night out. And you know what? Fighting David Benavidez might not be the smartest idea for him at this point either, because David Benavidez is a man on a mission. And you know what? He would see you as an obstacle in his way. Would you be ready to go toe-to-toe, mano-a-mano, and be the one that destroys his dreams? That's the biggest questions that you have for these guys at the end of the day. Are you ready to be the bad guy? Straight up. And I don't know if he's ready to be the bad guy yet. You know what I mean? But when he is, it's going to be hell to pay. I'm telling you now. But David Morrell, he's a guy that you have to look out for. Is he ready? I would say about 18 more months, he'll be ready. I'll give him that. I think he needs to fight 5-6 more fights get his record fattened up a little bit. Let's see 17, 18, 19 and 0 with those knockouts next to it, and then boom, throw your ass in there with one of the top guys. Just take your time and try to get on as many cards as possible. That's all. Because as long as he's active on these cards for the next 18 months, he'll be everybody's favorite to get on to one of these big fights at 168. But right now, they're not thinking about you, kid. And I would say stop trying to make them think about you. Just go in there and keep showing, improving, and improving. Because the more you sit, the weaker you get. It's that simple. It doesn't matter who you are. If you're sitting, it's going to be a burden on you. So you got to get in this ring and you got to start fighting. Hopefully you will get Morrell on the Benavidez Andretti card where he totally belongs, because he was on the Plant Benavidez card. And that was, I think, a huge uplift for a guy that's trying to present himself as one of the better boxers in the world. So let's move forward. Let's go ahead and jump into our next